Yo, what's good, kings and queens? It's your boy Don, and I'm back for another reaction video today. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and hit all so you know every time I post, you heard. If you're not new to the channel, you already know what to do. Go down below, hit that like button, subscribe button, put your social media. You already know I switched up that, that winning we can do. So if you're not new and you want to win, you heard, y'all already know what to do. Listen out for my keyword at some point in this video. I'm not going to tell you where it is, but at some point in this video, y'all going to get the keyword. It's usually during the video. At the end of the video, most likely. I'm going to just give y'all 2 hints. It's going to be like that forever. So make sure y'all tune in, show some love, all the free stuff so y'all can get free stuff, you heard. As y'all can see by the title and thumbnail, today we're going to be reacting to the 10 survival life hacks that can actually kill you, you heard? Yes, actually kill you. How is this survival then? I don't know. If you're a survivalist, like me, I would consider myself a semi-survivalist. Let me know what y'all think about these facts and if they are actual life hacks or true life hacks. Also, if you feel like you're not an adventurous, please don't do any of these things because obviously it's not going to work for us. So other than that, let's get into the video. Let's see these 10 life hacks and hopefully we learn something today, you heard? That's the ultimate goal, you heard? Let's get into it, you heard?
10 survival life hacks that could actually kill you.
Yeah.
Number 10. In case of lightning, lie on the ground. If you ever find yourself outside during a lightning storm, do not lie flat on the ground, ever. Why? Well, for one, this survival tip is mostly based on well-meaning but wrong assumptions. For example, it's a common misconception that lightning only strikes the tallest objects. On the contrary, lightning can hit anywhere, from buildings and trees to parking lots and the soil. Therefore, instead of saving you, lying flat on the ground could actually kill you. You see, when lightning strikes, a ground charge could spread out in every direction, right from the base of the area struck, almost like a ripple effect. But lying down is even dumber and more dangerous than you'd think, since you're basically providing more potential points on your body for the lightning to hit. Here's what you should do instead if you're caught outside. Try to crouch down in a ball-like position with your head tucked in and your hands over your ears. This will keep your body's contact with the ground to a bare minimum. Otherwise, please find shelter.
Find shelter.
Number 9. Making a fire in a cave. Contrary to their name and the fact they discovered the advantage of fires, cavemen learned through trial and error that bringing a fire deep into their cave was dangerous. Today, though, many still believe it's a good idea. The truth is, you should never ever start a fire in a cave. It's extremely dangerous because, among other things, the heat resulting from the flames causes rocks to expand and break, which can cause cave-ins. But that's not all. It's well known that fires can also produce carbon monoxide, a poisonous gas that has no smell or taste and therefore is especially dangerous.
Oxygen, carbon
it
monoxide
produces mild
levels.
progressive frontal headaches and drowsiness. Ultimately, though, prolonged exposure to this gas in a confined space can lead to death. And guess what? Caves tend to be very confined spaces with no fresh air ventilation. It's not surprising, then, that when a fire starts in a cave, it spreads easily. Too bad it's not equally easy to stop. In 2019, when a cave fire broke out in the Los Padres National Forest in California, the blaze burned 4,300 acres down to the ground in less than 24 hours.
That's a lot, you were.
Climbing a tree if a bear is chasing you. If you're wondering what you should do if you ever encounter a bear, the perfect answer is to basically fight your instincts. Easier said than done. I bet most people think that at the sight of a grizzly bear, you should run as fast as you can away from it and find an out-of-reach spot, like a tree or a telephone pole. But that, my friends, is the easiest way to end up in the bear's claws and jaws. What you want to do in that situation is to avoid close contact with the wild animal at any cost. So, first of all, the US National Park Service website advises to slowly back away. Any sudden movement could startle the animal, triggering a chase response, in which case you're toast. Climbing a tree is also a terrible idea. This is because there's no way a man could win over a bear in a chase. Your scared brain will probably tell you to find the highest place to hide, but don't do it. Bears are excellent climbers, and if they're already after you, there's a high chance they'll follow you up there. Number 7. Peeing on a jellyfish stick.
Okay, this is one I actually heard.
Being stung by a jellyfish sucks. The pain is so intense that even if you have the slightest chance of making it better, you'll try it. That's probably why the myth that peeing on jellyfish stings eases pain spreads so easily. It also might be due to the fact that urine contains compounds like ammonia and urea.
Right.
These substances may be helpful
They
for
tell us
some
the
stings,
ammonia.
however your pee contains mostly water, which dilutes the ammonia and urea too much to be effective. Additionally, the pee may actually worsen the sting. It is in fact the jellyfish tentacles that cause the pain. They have stinging cells, nematocysts, that contain venom. The sodium in your urine, together with the speed of the urine stream, could move the stingers around the injury and trigger the cells to release even more venom. Now, with the average jellyfish sting, the worst thing that can happen is a trip to the hospital covered in pee and an insanely painful rash. But what if the venom of that jellyfish was particularly poisonous? Peeing on it might literally be the difference between life and death. Number 6.
Dang.
Drinking pee. Not only will
Hydration.
drinking urine not save you from dehydration, it can actually endanger your already critical conditions. To understand why, first you should probably know that depending on the environment and the conditions of the person, an adult can survive up to a week without water and 3 weeks without food. Whereas among the lovely things that may happen to you if you drink pee, there are sore gums, nausea and failing organs. Now, I'm not saying that drinking a few sips of the stuff will kill you, but drinking urine for a prolonged amount of time, even for a day or two, will cause the opposite effect of what you want, dehydration.
Right.
You will add extra work to your kidneys that will use more water to process the waste in the urine than it gives you to survive. Oh, and did you know that pee is full of bacteria? Among the most famous, the Staphylococcus, which is known to cause food poisoning and gum infection. I don't know about you, but I can think of better ways to go.
That's crazy.
Number 5. Cactus.
Cacti.
One of the most infamous tips on how to survive in the desert if you have no fresh water and are in desperate need of liquid is drinking cactus water. After all, it can't be that different to coconut water, can it? Well, actually, cactus water is very different from coconut water and natural water in general. For example, in order to avoid aggressions from thirsty wild animals, most cactus species protect their spongy flesh not only with spines, but with acids and potential alkaloids too. These substances make the beverage too sour to tolerate for the human body and are taxing on the kidneys if ingested. The alkaloids in particular also include morphine, strychnine, quinine, ephedrine and nicotine, which have physiological effects on people. Additionally, the flesh of some cactus causes vomiting, diarrhea and even paralysis, which in an emergency situation can lead to death. Number 4. Suck the venom of snakes.
Right.
You've probably
We heard
read this in books, watched it in movies, played it in Red Dead Redemption, and maybe even seen it in documentaries. But the best thing to do
In the mission you heard, go down below, hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. It's all free. It's also how we get rid of these intermissions, y'all. Thank y'all for popping out and showing love. Y'all know how much I appreciate. Let's get back. Let's see what they're talking about, though, y'all.
when a snake bites you is either to call for an
Yeah, I forgot
ambulance
a
if
bit.
possible and wait for it while remaining as still as you can, or by getting someone to take you to the hospital as soon as possible. In whichever case, try to keep your movements to a bare minimum, since moving will make your blood, infected with venom, run faster around your body. And you'd want to avoid that, since if the venom spreads quickly, it won't just stay at the point of the bite. This brings us to the next point. Sucking the venom from the wound is completely useless. In fact, by doing so, you can make your situation even more serious. Your rescuer, for example, could get venom in their mouth and therefore their system too, making your situation even more dire. Or, as demonstrated by a study in the New England Journal of Medicine, you could also damage nerves and blood vessels, which would then lead to infection. Don't waste time and try to find the nearest hospital. Number 3. Wearing plastic bags to lose weight.
Garbage
On
bags.
paper, plastic bags, waist trainers, and even more sophisticated sauna suits are a great way to lose weight in a short period of time. People who recur to these kinds of remedies will see their weight decrease rapidly. This is why it's easy to fall for this dangerously rapid solution. However, weight loss can come at a high price. In practice, sauna suits increase your sweat, hence a loss of water while exercising, which is why it's touted as a hack. Basically, all the weight loss you'll see on your scale is not caused by fat burning, but dehydration. Therefore, not only will your body immediately regain what you've lost, when you rehydrate again, but you'll also put your body into extreme danger. The sweating technique can ruin your thermoregulation since dehydration increases the body's core temperature. Cardiovascular functions, renal functions, muscle strength and endurance can also be damaged. In extreme cases, excessive sweat loss can cause hypothermia and high levels of myoglobin in the blood, all of which can potentially kill you. If you really want to lose weight, you might as well stick to traditional training and professional advice.
Or just stay hydrated.
Number 2. Using ice to quench thirst. Thirst can really drive you insane, so whatever quenches it, even temporarily, may seem like a good option.
Yeah.
However, you should never ease your thirst with something other than water in the long term. Still, what do you do when there's no potable water around you and you really don't want to drink your own urine? An old survival hack suggests finding some ice, presuming you're not in a desert, and consume that instead. It doesn't seem like such a bad idea, does it? After all, ice is water. But you see, although ice is a form of water, it's not really the same thing. The difference in this situation is quite important. In fact, according to the World Health Organization, unlike water, ice is unmineralized and has low density. In the long term, ice consumption could lead to some serious illnesses, like infections and cardiovascular problems, which, in the most severe of cases, can lead to heart failure. This is due to the need to eat ice, known as pagophagia, being linked to anemia, which can then cause these issues according to the Mayo Clinic. On top of everything, ice does not even hydrate you anywhere near the same level as water, so while it can work temporarily, it is not a safe replacement for a true water source.
No, I'm not gonna lie, this is one thing I don't know about.
Remove a sharp object
That's
from
a
the
little
wound.
confusing.
Here's a tricky one, especially if it ever happens to you. Having a foreign object stabbed into your body must be one of the most uncomfortable and painful things imaginable. The body will feel the need to remove it from the affected parts. Still, you must be stronger and resist temptation. In fact, every expert will tell you that removing a knife, or any other impaled object, from the wound can only make things worse and, in some cases, even cause death. In fact, once the object is stabbed into the body, it acts like a plug to the injury and reduces blood loss. The moment you remove it, the blood will flow freely into an acute hemorrhage. The best thing to do is simply to apply pressure around the wound and the object with a piece of fabric and wait for an ambulance. So those are 10 survival life hacks that could actually kill you.
Yo, if y'all enjoyed this video you heard, let me know down in the comments what was your favorite part. Dang. Let me know also which one y'all felt like is a life hack that y'all actually believe that can actually kill you. What you think you can't. The water one confused me a little bit. Let me know what y'all think about that as well in the comments. I feel like ice is water. Maybe not as much, but who knows? You heard data scientists. Let me know what y'all think down below. Moral of the story is make sure that you know how to survive. If you can survive, you can do anything, you heard? See y'all in the next video. Just shot one before this. Peace. Love. Dawn.